I'm Nick, and tonight I played Blue-Green Turboland. It's kind of a new and up-and-coming popular deck, and for anyone who's not familiar with it, Turboland tries to win by accelerating to 7 mana to play Avengers and a Carr. You make plant tokens for each land you have in play, and then each additional land you play will give them +1/+1. The deck is really fun to play, that's why I chose to play it, and it has a really good matchup against control. Normally, when you play this hand, or this deck, whenever you pick it up to play it, you're looking for hands that accelerate early, like Explorers or Rampant Crows or Cobras. Normally looking for like a turn 1 Ponder or a turn 1 Alamar Depths to help filter. The biggest thing about this deck is it's kind of hard to play because you have to remember all your filter effects. Like, the deck will play Ponder and Depths to kind of get what they need. You play your fetch lands to get the lands you need and to get synergy with Avenger, but a lot of times you use it to clear the top of your deck to get new cards with Jace to dig deeper, just get rid of trash you don't need. Another cool thing about this deck is it just gets so far ahead of the opponent through just playing so many lands so quickly. Like Oracle Mundai, you can play lands off the top of your deck. It's such a fun deck. Time Warp really lets you get ahead of the control decks. I have all this dust in the deck to get rid of the hurt control decks, some of the aggro decks. This deck right now has a really good matchup against control. It is an okay matchup against next level Bant and Mythic. With Mythic, it's just a race. You almost always auto-lose, though, against mono red. Also, this deck is really good because when you run out of answers, or you can Mind Spring, you always have a lot of land. And the cool trick with this deck is the Tectonic Edges. You can lock a lot of 3-color decks like Jund out. And the cool trick I used a lot tonight was you have 2 edges and they have 4 lands. You can activate an edge, put it on the stack, and activate another edge. And you can drop them back down to 2 lands. The deck itself has a lot of problems with aggro, so when you look at the board, you have your Fogs, your Royal Elementals to take their dudes. Sphinxes against Jund are helpful, and against next level Bant because they can't pass it. Wall of Frost helps you a lot against Jund next level Bant, it'll just go into it and it'll pause. Your Narcolepsies are for Jund, you bring them in against really fast decks like Jund. You always put it on the Putrid Leech, it kind of locks it down. And that's next level Bant, or not next level Bant, Turboland. It's a really cheap deck to build too, besides Jace. So I'd recommend trying it if you're curious, but it is kind of a hard deck and you got to play with it a little bit.